Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So today is the Scarlett Solo Interface review. And I'm actually using it right now, which gives us a double win-win because if you caught my last video, we got a Kumika wireless UHF double transmitter, single receiver, lapel mic system. But you can also use headsets too once you get a compatible headset, which we're going to look into, seeing what I've got around here too. But I am using one of those lapel mics right now. Anyways, so I did a little bit of more work on this thing as far as researching it goes on the website. Did manage to get myself a PDF download of the manual in English because the manual that comes with it, though pathetic, has no English. So yeah, you're going to need to download the Focusrite Control 2 control panel program. That is going to give you some access points to your two inputs. Now you only have a single channel 1, which will be your upfront far left control. That's going to be for your instrument. And you've got a rear input, which is XLR. Now the instrument is only a TR plug. It may be acceptable for TRS, not sure. But we do have XLR only. There is no XLR 1/4 inch dual. It is XLR only on the back. Now we also have the access to phantom power. Comes with a Type C for the main unit itself, and on the other end of the cable will be Type A, which works out perfect because I had a free Type A port on the back of my Mac Mini M1. So awesome. Now there are things like direct mode and air mode. We weren't quite sure what the heck are those about. Well, direct is for direct monitoring to headphones. So when the light is white, like it is now, it's going to not allow the headphone to go through, from what I understand. Then when you push it on, you will be able to hear the audio play back. And as you set this thing up and register it on the website, they have a little testing program, make sure all the functions are working. So they tell you, you know, get a set of headphones, blah, 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 you know, kind of thing. Now, I'm not using the external speaker outputs, so it doesn't matter where the control knob is for the output because no speakers are attached. I didn't want to interrupt my suite setup of my two computers into my monitor to run all that stuff for the two computers. Anyways. So, but we do have phantom power, so if you have a phantom mic, no problem, just plug it in, hit the phantom switch, and you've got your 48 volts there. Now, as far as air mode goes, that's an interesting feature, and I'm going to fire up the manual so I can actually explain this to you in case you're not aware of what air is, because I wasn't until I actually looked into it. Now, when you look at air, it's for air modes, and then it says see air. So we got to scroll until we find the information on air. Okay. Now, air software control. To enable air from Focusrite Control 2, click the air button. This is the same as pressing the button on the Scarlett Solo hardware, which is the main unit. So you can do it either way. And you're going to find there's 3 different colors. White means it's off. Green means air presence is selected, and then the next corresponding color, it's kind of like an orangish color, says air presence and drive selected. Okay. Now this adds some harmonic stuff to it. So to explain it, preamp is totally clean when air mode is a white light. When the light is green, an analog circuit gives a presence boost to your sources, which I really don't care. And then, of course, amber light adds harmonics in addition to the analog air circuit. Okay, now that part of the feature, okay, of the amber light is only available at up to 96 kilohertz. Okay, so that's what they tell you. It still really doesn't tell us a whole heck of a lot, so you're going to have to play with the switch, figure out what the sound difference is between them, and go from there with it. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know everything there is to know about audio. I am better with a mixing console than anything else when it comes to the audio thing, and I usually just have a mixer plugged into a USB interface, and that's it. And but there's a lot of stuff that has changed with me, stuff I'm not doing anymore, so I just needed a new interface that's simplistic. And because I was also waiting for this Comica set to come in, it's like, how the heck am I going to plug that into my computer? I can't without an interface. So I went out and I bought this interface. It was like $200 at Long and McQuaid in Canada here. I said, just give me something cheap, something reliable, something I don't need frickin' drivers for, you know, because I really, as much as I liked my very first interface I bought, it was a Steinberg. And when Mac OS had an upgrade, it took it offline, and it took a while before Yamaha got off their butts and fixed the driver issue. With Focusrite for the Mac, no drivers at all required. But you do require the control panel for sure if you also want to get audio by going into a single side. Because normally what happens here is you'll plug into an interface and you'll only get one channel unless you have the ability to split the channels into two, like through a DAW or something. But I even tried that, and you know, it works through the DAW, which is fine, and I'm okay. It's like, oh, good. But now how do I do video with my phone as a continuity camera and do my audio at the same time, or let alone get just audio to do like a screenshot recording, that sort of stuff, right? So I looked a little bit into it, and then when I fired up the control panel, which is very handy, if you go into the preference area, you'll find on device settings, it says combine input 1 and input 2 allows audio from both analog inputs to be received by apps that only accept one input or stereo inputs. So this now negates the need to never have to have a mixer for me now. I don't have to worry about it because now I have left and right audio regardless. Now I know the camera's shaking. It's kind of sitting on my my ankle and my left leg. I'm holding this thing up on a stand so you get a view of the interface because that's what we're talking about. So anyhow, put a check mark in that box and you're golden, okay? Now you also have sample rates from 44.1 kilohertz right up to 192 kilohertz. Default is 48 kilohertz. And under application, it says you can share usage data with Focusrite. Well, I don't care. I don't want to share nothing with them. I don't need to anyhow. So that is how that works. Now the other thing is too is you can monitor the input level through the control panel and testing your inputs and getting those maybe dialed to where you might want to have them, type of thing. And even though I only see analog channel 2 right now, which is my mic, I also have the selectable phantom power on that side as well as air that I can select, okay? And of course I have air turned off at this point. Instrument on the left side, which is analog channel 1. My instrument will also come in as both left and right, regardless of what app I'm using. So that's also going to be a big bonus by combining the bus like that. Now, as far as direct goes, it has a direct system for analog 1, analog 2, playback of 1 and 2, mono or stereo, and there is a direct mix, but that is direct monitor right now is disabled because I'm not going through headphones, so I don't really need to worry about that part. So there is a good reason to actually have that control panel there. So you're gonna want that control panel if you're running this interface in order to get the most ease of usability out of it. So, but anyhow, this worked out, like I said, great for a video because now I get to listen to the playback of the audio myself in stereo or in left and right for this Comica set. So when I go to do the review on you guys on the Comica system, I'll be able to give you a more well-rounded review, more informative review on it. But today was about the Scarlett, and Anyways, I really like the interface. It does work exceedingly well. It is very like easy. Like if you're just a beginner YouTuber, even if you're just doing podcasts, like you're not using an instrument, right? This thing's going to work fantastic for 200 bucks. And it is Focusrite, which I mean, it is quality equipment, all right, without having to break the wallet completely. You know, but I do like Focusrite. I've had the 2i, what was it, 2i4, the one that I last had, my last Focusrite. I really loved it, but unfortunately a bunch of stuff had to go, and that was one of them. But I'm glad I've got another interface now, which is going to allow me to do more with my videos, even for just the audio side now. I can get back to using my phone as a camera, which I could have done either way without an interface, because I can use the built-in mics on the phone, but I also want to be able to use a quality mic at the same time. And among other things I've got going on in my brain right now that I've got this Kamika set with the 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, it's giving me some ideas. So for some future videos. So that's going to be cool. Anyhow, where do we put this thing? I have absolutely no issue putting this at a 4.5 out of 5. It does not bother me one bit. And given how long I had my other Focusrite for, which was quite a long time, that thing never gave me one day of grief ever. Like, not a hiccup, nothing. It was just absolutely wonderful interface. Always a great sound out of it. You know, and I was using mixing boards with it. But I'm kind of also happy now that I can get around not having to use mixing boards. It's going to make my life, even for doing some future music videos and just straight out audio tracks, a lot better for me, and giving me that much more control and less garbage on the desk. Not that I don't already have enough garbage on my desk. I don't have space because of that garbage, and I've got to reorganize my desk once again, but at least now I can save a lot of clutter too, which is the big thing. Anyways, thanks so much for checking out the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you do have this one, have you had issues? What issues have you had? How did you get them resolved? So far though, I've been using this for the last bit. I've had absolutely no problems. It's been fantabulous. So anyways, that's it. That's all. And we'll catch you on the next video. See ya.